This is 2020.
Hey Citysteaders, and Happy New Year. As you can see, winter is full on in Michigan now. It finally looks like a real winter. We got a whole bunch of snow this morning. So it looks like we're starting the new year with a very, very, very white day. I'm only gonna do a real quick video. I was thinking about doing like a resolutions type video, but to be honest with you guys, I'm terrible at them. For one, it's super hard to keep any because I never know what a year is gonna come. Last year, I ended up traveling a lot for work early in the year, and then like in the middle of the year, then the fall. Almost all year I traveled a lot. So that could happen again. I don't know exactly. I'm not like pinned down on any projects going into the new year. I'm kind of a float-in contractor just waiting for something to happen. So it's hard to make any kind of resolution and say, oh, I'm going to accomplish this, this, and this, and this, because I have no idea how my workload is going to go throughout the year. So there are a couple of things that we know will be happening this year. I told you before, the bees, they're happening. I'm really beyond pumped about that. I've been wanting to do bees for as long as I've been kind of looking into homesteading and all of this stuff. Bees was something that just really fascinated me. Like the second I found this stuff, it really sucked me in a lot. But I had to know my limits and all that, so I didn't end up starting them myself. And then the other big thing we have going on this year, as many of you saw some of the older videos, if you hadn't, I'll put a link to it right here, is that I kind of started my farm business. I've been wanting a farm business for a while, and we did that. We started the farm business. We ended up planting out a whole bunch of garlic, and I got a couple more videos coming for you this month on some of the process of doing that, and just a video about some of the stuff we did getting into the all of the planting of the garlic and how we went about doing just everything we did with it. So got a couple more videos coming for you that I'll show you for those. So there's not really like a resolution thing because I'm already taking the steps. We already know some of the stuff that we want to do. It's already happening. So I don't have any resolutions for this year. It's just to take what we're doing and actually keep going forward with it. So do you guys have any awesome New Year's traditions that you do? We don't really have one. We got young kids, so we don't normally go out a ton. This year, actually, I'm pretty pumped because my wife said we get to watch The Joker. So tonight, we're staying in. We're eating all sorts of snack foods, you know, little the mini weenies, olives and pickles and all that good stuff. Probably some of the canned foods that we have. Some of our pickled tomatoes and stuff like that. We'll be snacking out all day, and then I'm watching The Joker. Oh, I'm so pumped about that. So I was very excited. My wife doesn't really like comic book movies, so when she said we got to watch The Joker, I gotta tell you, I was pretty excited. It's gonna be a good night. I hope you guys all haven't had a good night, because when you see this, it'll be the next day. You having fun? What are you doing?
Day in, day out, it's the same road we're walking down. Same job, same town.
Buddy!
'Cause we've been
Here he
taught
comes!
that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known.
A little bit of snow and the kids want to come outside and play. Look at this. Is this how you enjoy your winter vacation? It does. Where's that? I don't know. Alright, who's doing the snow slide first?
His butt is frozen to the slide.
No, it's not. Come on, you can do it. Go down the slide.
Let's go back and find out. What's the life we dreamt
All right, this is what you people from the south are missing out on.
about. But there's that little bit of doubt. Walking on the grounds we've always known. Stepping on
Oh. Aren't you guys jealous you don't have snow to play in like this?
We're gonna make the footsteps on the road. That life can wait.
Catch him, Oski, catch him!
Just for a while. That life can wait. So take that aside and just go.
That's a hard man.
And of course, as we're going forward with all this stuff, we're working on things like the thermal mass in the greenhouse and actually testing how well this would work, if it can actually work the way it is, or if we have to do a lot more things to it, like a solar heater, some kind of something, anything passive, because that's all I really want to do is passive heating of the greenhouse. I do not want to get into the point where I'm, you know, having something out here that requires power, that requires man time out here all the time. I really need the most passive heating system I can think of and create, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I think we all would like something like that, right? Very passive, something you don't really have to do a ton of. The other big project is I've already kind of started it. You can see a little bit back here. Is I'm going to put some insulation on the end walls of this greenhouse. And eventually what we are going to do is a double plastic, because after all of my research, the double plastic seems like the most viable way to retain some of the heat inside this greenhouse. It seems like that is where the most massive gains come from. So when I insulate the walls, I'm going to give them the best that they can do. Now that's only R1, you can see, and it's 2 layers, so technically I guess it's R2. But I think I'm going to do like a garage door foam also in there, and that's just going to, right now I'm going to use those kind of like block any seams in my wood that I have to stop air coming through those. So really right now it's just kind of making it airtight, but eventually I'm going to really foam that up, and I'm going to put another wall on the inside of this so that you don't see it. We'll probably paint them black because that's what we're going to do. Same with like the barrels. You want black because it's going to, you know, attract the sun and hold that heat a little bit. So these are all things we're going to be doing next year. They're not like resolutions. They're just things that I'm going to be working on because I really want to get to the point where this greenhouse looks very green all throughout the winter. And when I say green, I mean basically like this, but I wish these were like full size at this point in time of the year. So I planted these out, and I planted them a little late in the fall. You know, travel with work, it just is what it is. But you can see actually some of this stuff is growing pretty nice. This is all spinach, and we got some Swiss chard that's kind of growing. It's a little bit, it's gonna be really slow. There's some kale back here. So I got a lot of this greens in here. It's not like super lush green, but it is green. And that's what I wanted out of all of this. And that's what I'm keep working for this greenhouse. So like next winter, what I would really love is to look at this bed and it literally just be a sheet of green, delicious maybe lettuces or greens or anything that could possibly withstand a little bit of cold. I would like to try to keep growing in here in the winter just to have a little something. All right, well that's it for this one, guys. We'll see you in the very next video. Here's to 2020. All of us have an amazing 2020 vision. for next year and just having phenomenal, successful years. I wish it for you. Tell me what your biggest goal for next year is. Mine is to just have a good year. Keep everything that we have going and not hit too many stumbling blocks. Really just keep pushing forward with what we're doing. That's my biggest goal. So tell me what your biggest goal is. Put it down below. I really like to know, and I will see you all in the very next video. Remember, be bold, live bold, love bold. See you guys.